All right, behind the short line, Marcos Chavez is my victim. You've never been on the hot seat before. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
It's a great one.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
So give us a little background on you. You've been in this handball world for a long time now, but kind of give us the whole start of it all.
The start of it was, from what I remember, my father taking me to where Nadi Alvarado Sr. used to play three-wall handball, which was a legendary place where Nadi Alvarado, Pancho Monreal, Vince Munoz, Tati Severa, the greatest players of three-wall handball would go play. So my uncle would go, and my father would just kind of tag along. So I would just, I would be with my father, and that's how I kind of came up with the game, playing.
And you stuck with it. You get to go to the U.S. Open that Nadi Alvarado Sr., of course, hosts. How important was that just first beginning and knowing all those players and kind of the history of it all to be able to do what you've done?
Well, I mean, Los Caballeros and where they hold the Simple Green is a very special place for handball. I mean, I grew up as a kid watching Nadi Sr. playing John Kendler for the finals and watching some other great players as Jaime Paredes and just the greats. So, to be able to go to that venue and play in the courts, the same courts in such an important tournament, it's just awesome. It's a great feeling.
How do you compare the game back then to how it is now? Do you still kind of take anything that they've done in the past and kind of incorporate it into your game?
I just I learned a lot from Vince Munoz. Nadi Sr. I used to watch play, and then there was a kid named David Silvera, which I was very intrigued of his game. That was Tati Silvera's brother, who was #1 at the time. So I learned a lot from him regarding serves and how he slowed the game down and would use that, not playing so hard all the time to, save his energy.
Talk a little bit about your father. Did he actually play handball itself? I know that he's come to quite a few tournaments. He loves watching you. What's your relationship like?
Yeah, my father, he started playing handball at Rosewood, and then they kind of just said, hey, come play with us, and that's how he got started. So he ended up being like a really good player, like a strong A player, weak open, and he would just play with Nadi Alvarado as well. I mean, that was the era. They would hold tournaments, and he would come, and Nadi would play people 2 against 1 or one hand versus another person that had a handicap with one arm. So they would host these tournaments. It was really fun. So to be in that era and to watch what handball really was back then as a kid, it's just it's a lot different. So.
Now though, I feel like you guys all kind of still stick together. I know that you're really good friends with Armando and a lot of other players. You're kind of like that guy. I mean,
yeah.
You see you on the sidelines, you're always smiling, you know everyone, you're just so energetic and happy, and it's great to see you here. Talk about the relationship you have with others and kind of how you've fallen into that, because you're just the one that everyone likes.
Well, I guess it's a special feeling, right? People come up to me, and I'm not the bad guy. Maybe on the court, yes, because I don't like to lose. But bringing up Mondo with Vince Munoz, and him being our teacher, Vince Munoz. So Vince stopped playing, and he was a #1 player for many years. And so when that emptiness left of Vince Munoz retiring, I kind of gravitated towards Mondo and then the other players around, and just trying to be friendly and just having a good time now before it's over.
What's it been like, this world for you, traveling? You're at every tournament, you get to see the new places, experience new things.
When we first had our daughter, I didn't really get to travel too much, and we started a new business, and I was out for about 5 to 6 years. So coming back these last 2 to 3 years, 2.5 years, has been very special to me. I'm very lucky that my wife lets me come and play, I mean, it's a blessing. So
suddenly you come back 5 or 6 years later and you're in the seniors. You're probably like, how did this all happen?
Yeah.
You always decide to play in both tournaments, though. You love to keep up and play with the younger guys and see how you do in that tournament,
yeah.
and play with the seniors. Why do you always want to do both? You must play 10 times a weekend at least.
Yeah, I play probably the most matches out of everyone in the tournament. But I love playing the young guys. I have that competitive feeling, and at 42, I still feel like I have something to try and push for, to try and be in the top 8. Right now I think I'm at 17 or 14, somewhere around there. But I push as hard as I can every tournament and every match. So, I'm going to take advantage of it now before, the career's over.
How do you keep from being injured?
I guess it's just good genes. My
Everyone
father,
needs you,
right?
yes.
So, he's, my grandmother had good genes, and I guess we're very lucky.
Yeah, you don't get injured and everyone likes you.
Yeah.
Great genes to have. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.